Morning guys, it's about 6:30. I just woke up to this beautiful sight right there, so I can hardly complain. It is a little bit on the cold side, so I'm hoping that it's going to warm up because today we have quite the day coming up. Yesterday I arrived in Crowsnest, spoke with the people from around. I rode a few trails, but there's really nothing impressive in the riding nor the trails that I rode. Even though they were quite nice trails, but you know, that was my first ride, so really nothing to show there. However, they did give me a few pointers. So this morning we're going to do a hike called Turtle Mountain. It's not very long, but it's supposed to be really nice. So we're gonna start up with that, and then in the afternoon there's some really nice trails that I want to ride, mountain bike trails that is, which are supposedly very nice, with nice slabs, little drops and everything, so that should be fun. So I'm gonna pack a little breakfast and then we'll get going on that. Didn't quite expect it to be that cold. It's -1, so now everything's freezing. Gonna have to leave the truck running for a few minutes, even though the start of the trail is only just a couple blocks away. I'll still have to drive there. Pretty sure you guys knew what's coming. Are ready. So that's it. All the food I'm bringing with me on top of the mountain for this early breakfast that we're gonna have when we get there. So now I'll just drive there and we'll start climbing, I guess. So I just thought I'd do a bit of packing with you this morning. So this is everything that I need to pack. So all of this is food, that's water, and then obviously a few spare batteries. That's for the drone. So one of them goes in here, and it goes like so. Keep them from sliding all over. So that's for the photography and videography pocket. And up top is the actual hiking section. So this morning we've got the oats, we've got cherries. That should be quite a nice brekkie at the top. And then apple, banana. All of this goes there. Obviously, need that. I'm gonna just throw the batteries in there. That's the water. Just making sure that it doesn't run out of battery, because we also have the ride this afternoon. So just keeping it full. All Trails app going on just to be able to find my way, just in case. The total elevation for this trip is supposed to be 800 meters net. The trail fork says 1,000 because you're going on 2 peaks. And then this is what the climb looks like. So it's kind of sketchy, but it's fun. This is my first scrambling of the season. And since the trail is only 8 kilometers long for both ways, so 4 kilometers just to get there, and 1,000 meters of elevation, you can only assume it's going to be pretty steep for most of the way. Yeah, that's a nice little preview of what's to come. Let's get back to it. We've got quite a long way to go now. Don't know how well you guys like train and how much you can see from here, but we get some pretty dang long trains in Canada. It's always nice to catch little breathers in between the steep sections. This allows you to enjoy the scenery a bit more. I kind of assumed there would be a lot of snow once I get closer to the top. Haven't seen any yet except for this little bit right there. When hikes start being out in the open and like it's just a little bit technical like this, those are usually my favorite parts. You still got the challenge, but you also have the view. But yeah, I can't complain really. Look at that, mate. So excited to go up this little kind of trail right there. It's going to take me to the top there. And then the view all around. Just in case you never thought about it, when you see drone shots, it means that someone stopped, had to unpack this whole thing, took a few shots, put everything back in, and then continued on with the hike. Definitely something to budget into your time estimates if you're going to do some of that. We just made our way to the first little viewpoint, so you kind of oversee like this little town. I believe is called Franks, and on the other side of the highway is the interpretive center up here, which is where I went yesterday. And what's nice about this viewpoint is you can see the whole rockfall. Because in 1903 there was this huge rockfall coming from like this little face of the mountain and everything here, all of these huge rubbles, and then you can see it goes all the way there, and that was all a small mining town. And yeah, now there's nothing left of it. It was supposedly the deadliest rock slide in Canada ever. There were like 70 people missing, so yeah, that was a long time ago, but it's cool to see like the aftermath from here. Just removed a layer because the sun's out and now it's like 10-12 degrees, so while I'm climbing definitely gets a bit hot. I'm all sweaty now, but hey, at least I got this view. Really looking forward to see what this looks like from the top. Whew. That's one steep bad boy. Whew. That little edge goes along the way right there is what I'm going to climb. I so love climbing exposed faces like this. Try to give you a good shots of what this looks like, but it's phenomenal. Like the feeling of climbing on this sort of stuff is just beyond words. So yeah, so far so good. It's a great hike. It is strenuous though, very strenuous for a first hike of the year. No, it's the second hike of the year, sorry. Well, I thought I'd get to the top before eating anything, but I'm getting quite hungry and I feel my level of energy going down. Just gonna have a couple strawberries. The view is not too bad, I have to say. And the other side is all the glacier, so really nothing to complain about. I'll grab a bite and finish this little hike. I'm getting close to the first peak, and then the second one shouldn't be too far after that. Just made it to peak 1, my friends, and it is absolutely worth it. That's the view that you get. So we have a little bit of downhill to do just to go this way, but it shouldn't be too bad. And yeah, it's pretty steep in front of me. Don't know if you can see, but it's funny because you can hear like little rocks pretty much all the time, just going down and doing that domino effect. So yeah, you always have like a little background noise. And also we're not too far from the highway, so like you can still hear the trucks and whatnot. So that's just something to keep in mind. If you want complete peace and quiet, this might not be the best mountain, but it is definitely beautiful, challenging, fun. So yeah, let's carry on to second summit so that I can finally have that breakfast. Doesn't look like there's much of an official trail to get down from this place, so guess it's pretty much just find your way down. Try not to slip. That would be unfortunate. So always do the little 4-point strategy. Oh, maybe there's a little trail there. It's really unclear. I don't know, man. Doesn't look like the official trail to me. That part is definitely on the sketchy side of things, that's for sure. Actually, these bits are usually easier on the way up than on the way down, because it's harder to slip when you're going up, although it is a bit more strenuous. Okay, I think we found our way. That looks like something close to a trail, I would assume. Yeah, there's definitely something there. That's a bad place to have vertigo. I'll be very honest. Like, if you have vertigo, there's a lot of exposure on this trail. Oh man, look at that. That little pass is so cool. I guess that's the part that just detached and did all of this damage to the town that was below it. So that's all snowy. Not sure if there's a way around it. Oh yeah, I think we can go to the right there. Kind of want to do this bit though. Doesn't look too safe. Don't know how deep that snow is. The trail's getting kind of unclear at this point. Apparently I'm still on track. I guess it's just down there. I see something that might be a trail. Like down there. Yeah. Okay. Because that part on the left looks a bit too unstable to my comfort, especially with the snow and all. Like, it's still very early season. So you don't know, there might be lots of loose rocks, whatnot, just waiting for something to leave the mountain for good. Yeah, definitely there. Guessing if I go this way, I can come down this way kind of safely. Pretty glad these shoes have so much grip. Okay, it looks like we might just be back on track. And it's getting really intense, like there's snow covering the actual trail. So it's kind of make your own way there. Now there's other little footsteps that I've found. So hopefully this helps me not do anything stupid. Finally made it to the peak 2 of Turtle Mountain, which was, to be honest, quite a lot more than I bargained for. But that's the fun of it. It's always fun to have like a very strenuous hike, like first thing in the season, just to remind you of what this is all about. So getting here was, how much? So about 4.4 kilometers is what I ended up doing. And of course, we get the mandatory 360 view of the valley. Gonna take my head out of the picture just for you to see. So all of these mountains all the way to the back. And this is the non-Rockies part of Alberta over there. Then slowly come back into Rockies. So the elevation was about 1,000 meters, I think, up to that point. Not exactly sure, but something like that. And it was very treacherous, honestly. But at certain moments, it was a little bit dangerous, especially with the snow. Like there were a few footsteps that kind of led me here, so I followed those, and that was fine. But there were quite a few parts which were a bit dangerous. So with this being said, I'll let you enjoy the B-roll. I'll eat a bite, and I'll see you down at the van. Just arrived to the van. Definitely took me a very long time to hike this trail. It took me about 6 and something hours total. Yeah, I did take a lot of time to just chill at the top and get a couple good shots with the drone and the camera. So that was a lot of fun. The way back was really I had to really stay on my toes. But overall, that was great fun. I'm really happy that I did it. I thought I would come back and it would be something like noon, but it's almost 2, I think, so I'm not sure about the ride yet, and the sky looks a bit menacing. Well, I'll try to squeeze it in, see how the body feels, and if that's the end of the video, well, thank you so much for joining me today. That was great fun. Turtle Mountain is a great mountain. Definitely not one where I would bring beginners, because it was very much on the technical side, with lots of loose rocks and steeps and exposed areas. And at this time of the year, there are still large areas covered in snow, which forced you off the main trail, so that's something to keep in mind. But overall, really fun, really challenging, and not too long. Like, you can do that in half a day, no problem, if you kind of commit to it. So that was very fun. And that's it. Until then, thank you for watching, and I'm hoping to see you in the next one.